Hello everyone, welcome to episode 3 of the Weekly Cheese. I am Matt Gunther.
And I am Kyle Greenwell.
Weekly Cheese is a new-ish Starcraft podcast. We've been out for a little while now.
Episode 3.
Episode 3, but that's been about 5 weeks.
Yeah. Technical problems.
Yeah, we had, I mentioned the last episode, but we had a little bit of a delay between our first and second episode because we had the wrong equipment. Well, we had the equipment come in, but it didn't work. So, long story short, it took a little while. Anyway, so we are back in Denton, Texas, in my house.
That's right.
And we've got a bunch of stories, I got some Starcraft drama to talk about today.
I love drama.
You have any drama?
I don't really have any drama.
That's right. We'll make some drama out of it.
Yes, we will make up drama for the Starcraft community because we know how much you guys love drama.
Yes, they really do, though, drama, for whatever reason. A lot of people won't admit it, you know, but...
No, it's popular.
Yeah,
I mean,
it really is.
That's the culture that we live in.
You're right.
With reality show television. Whether you hate it or love it, it gets seeped into your
Dude, I saw
blood.
a TV show today called, like, Doomsday Preppers. These people, they live there, like, one lady had a room that was filled with, she said it was $50,000 worth of food.
Oh,
in
like
case the end of the world came. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Crazy everything will be. Yeah. Anyway, so all right, let's let's jump into this. Kyle, what do you got for us?
All right, first story. Blizzard has announced. Well, I mean, they've already announced it previous. Actually, no, not this one. I don't think they have announced it. They haven't. So they have announced. Sorry, a new custom map, a new custom game, which is basically just a micro trainer. So, you know, I don't know if you've ever played any of the micro trainers on the custom game side.
Yeah, Bane or Marine Split Challenge.
Yeah, Marines, exactly, stuff like that. But it's this is a little more diverse. So essentially, it looks like they have 30 different rounds, so 30 different scenarios that they put you in and to test your micro out.
Oh, I've played this actually. I played this just the other day. I only played like the first 3 levels.
Yeah. The Blizzard one? Or
yeah, it was the Blizzard one.
It was
under...
Yet?
Yeah,
so
because I went to
out.
Custom Games and it was like at the top.
Okay, so it was featured, so it's actually out now.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I did, the first level was, I think you have 2 Marauders or something. Might be wrong. Or maybe you're a Stalker and you have to kite some Zealots.
Yeah.
I think that's what you have to do. But yeah, and there's 30 levels. I jumped to the 30th level just to see what it was, and you have a Siege Tank and a Medevac versus, I think it was 4 Stalkers. And I was like, alright, how do you do it?
Oh, actually, I'm sorry, against Stalkers? No, that's tough.
I don't know what to do.
If it was against just ground units, you just pick the tank up.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, I'll pick the tank up because for some reason Stalkers won't shoot in the sky when I do it, right?
Right.
Yeah, no, they shot me real quick and I just quit.
Yeah.
That's what I do when things get tough, is I just...
I don't blame you. Well, and they specifically say that in their article that, you know, if you come across, one of the nice things about it is that if you come across a difficult challenge, you can skip it and go, you know, you don't have to progress in order, which is nice. But I mean, it's basically the same thing as a lot of the other micro challenges. It's just, you know, a little prettier because Blizzard's making it, I guess.
Yeah, I think I'll actually probably end up playing it because, you know, like the challenge missions that came with the game? I remember that was like my first hardcore. Yeah. I sat down for maybe it was like 8 hours or something. Yeah. And that probably is a long time, but I didn't play StarCraft until then. So it took me a while to get it done, to get that little portrait. Yeah. So.
Well, and that was another thing too. They're gonna have 5 achievements for it and a portrait.
Oh, cool.
So you know, you can, if you master the whole thing, you'll probably get the portrait. So people who like that kind of achievement reward scenario will probably enjoy that. Yeah. But I mean, either way, it's not a bad idea if you want to improve to do micro challenges. I mean, obviously, playing games is the best practice that you can get, but doing little things like this could definitely help out some of the individual skills that you might need in games. Yeah, for sure. And it looks like they did a pretty decent job of trying to match in-game scenarios that you would actually come across. Yeah. At higher levels of play. Yeah. So it should be good. Yeah.
That's cool.
You got one for us?
Yeah. So my first story is a new podcast, or actually, you know what it is, a podcast, because they said they're putting it on iTunes and all that. But it's called The Executives, and it's. I think the idea was the idea, Jason Lake, Complexity Clan owner, came up with the idea, and he said he's been thinking of it for, I want to say like 5 or 10 years. He said he's been thinking about this. And basically the whole gist of this podcast is he is going to get on there and talk to a lot of the people involved with the business side of esports, not specifically StarCraft 2, just esports in general. Yeah. Because, you know, it's an area of esports that there hasn't been a lot of light shed on. Right. You know, no one's really exposed that side of it, how it works. And I watched the first episode. It was a little over an hour and some change. But I think it's scheduled to be an hour long, but first show they ran over time a little bit, had some problems in the beginning.
Yeah.
But yeah, they brought on this guy Ryan Schleeper, who's the product marketing manager for Sound Blaster.
Mm-hmm.
And they just talked about sponsors, like what do you want to see as a sponsor? You know, what kind of things sell to you? And he had some really good tips. Some of them I thought were kind of common sense. Like he said, somebody wrote a letter to him asking for sponsorship, and like spelt their name wrong and all this, you know, terrible stuff. So just make sure you know what you're doing. But I think it's
be professional.
Yeah, just I don't know. I say just think about it, but you think it's common sense, but some people do that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought it was real interesting. Jason Lake was saying he wants people to understand the business side and be more. He wants it to be like an educational program,
right?
So that people who want to create teams and organizations. He said he made a really good point. He was like, a lot of us want to be involved, but we're not pro gamers. We're never going to be programmers. We're not good enough. So there's other ways for you to get involved and do what you want to do.
Yeah.
So it's real cool. He's got some awesome guests lined up, man. He's got Craig Torble-Levine. He created ESEA. He was the team manager of Team 3D. He's Counter-Strike guy.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of guys. Team Liquid co-founder. Total Biscuit is going to be on there. The head of IGN Pro League is going to be on there. They got some good guests lined up, so it should be a pretty good show.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. Especially, I know for me personally, I'm very interested in that business side.
Yeah.
Because it's like you said, it's kind of the one area that we don't know anything about.
Yeah.
In esports, so it'll be nice to see what goes on behind the scenes of all that stuff. And I think it's entertaining. I think it's exciting to learn about how the business models work and how all that information gets disseminated and all that stuff comes out. So that'll be good.
Yeah. See, some of the topics he has lined up. So they just did sponsorships.
Yep.
Esports business 101, team management, the business of being Total Biscuit. So
casting and running a tournament and all that stuff. That'll be good.
Probably like promoting your brand,
Yeah.
And league management.
Okay.
So
kind of a quick rundown of all the things that you would need to start your own esports venture.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that'll be good.
Yeah, real cool. I'm looking to see what comes as a result of all this,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
All right, what else you got?
All right, my second is something I pulled out of the Team Liquid forums. Forum user Rampager from Australia has made a handout flyer type thing for Barcraft events, and we'll put a picture of it up on the deal here. But essentially, it's just like it's designed to be printed on A4 paper. So obviously, Australia, they don't use the same paper size as we do in America, but I'm sure we could adapt it.
Yeah.
And it's double-sided, 2 pages, and it just has the basics of Starcraft 2. So you can, if you're a bar or you're trying to do an event and you're going to have people coming in that might not really know a lot about Starcraft, but you're obviously going to be showing it, all over the place at your bar. It just gives a quick rundown of,
So it's like a crash course.
Yeah, exactly. A real quick crash course for beginners of StarCraft 2, so they can kind of learn the basics of the game, so that they can enjoy the show a little better. So kind of a cool idea to try to get more people involved who maybe they wander into the bar not knowing what they're getting into. Yeah. But you want to keep them there and get them, interested in StarCraft 2. So, something that might help out in that arena. So, it looks pretty cool. But yeah, they talk about general strategy, and then they go into
the 3 races and stuff right
3
there.
races over here.
Oh, is it? Hold on, what's the front page?
I think this is actually
the front page. Okay.
Yeah.
So, because I was gonna say that'd make more sense to start out with.
Yeah. So they'll show they show the 3 races. They tell you kind of a general, like it says Terran, the humans, versatile, and persistent, and so it gives you kind of a general synopsis of the basics of the race, and then talks about the 3 main things that or goals that you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, resources.
And then it moves into.
Dude, this would have been great for. Wait, I had an English project last year. I was telling you about that, and it was. I tried to make it StarCraft related so I could make it fun, and it was a fairly open-ended project. So, but while I did the presentation, I had to explain to everybody StarCraft. Using. I was on a time limit, so I had to do it real quick, and this would have helped me out because I had a hard time. There's so much to it, but
Yeah.
you know,
so
I just explained the races, showed some pictures real quick, and I think I said like you just got to kill the other army, and that's pretty much how you win.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so something like this, you know, it's a nice thing to have to introduce somebody to the game, where it's, I mean, you know, it's not a ton of information, but it's exactly the amount of information that you'd need to understand the game as you're watching it.
Yeah.
So pretty cool there.
Yeah, I like that. That'd be real welcoming too to somebody who, you know, just stumbles in on their favorite bar on a Saturday night. And they're like, "What the hell is going on?"
Yeah, exactly.
You know, yeah,
Exactly.
can see what's going
So,
on.
what else you got?
All right, so this one is basically the what do you call this? Like the statistics, I guess, of all the broadcasters that were streaming in the month of February.
Mm-hmm.
So they ranked them. It's broken down to a whole bunch of categories, but some interesting facts I wanted to point out. The top 10 most streamed games. Where do you think StarCraft 2? Oh, you're looking at it. So never League of Legends was the #1
That doesn't surprise me.
most broadcasted, followed by World of Warcraft.
That surprises me a little bit.
Yes, and StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty in third.
Minecraft in fourth, I like that.
Yeah, Dota 2 in seventh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's still in beta, so.
Yeah, you're
Not
right.
quite as
You're right
many
about
people.
that. Yeah, I don't know. The World of Warcraft StarCraft 2 thing kind of
Yeah, that shocked
caught me off guard.
World
yeah,
of Warcraft being.
that's not going to last for long though,
No.
because World of Warcraft is
It's dying quickly.
yeah.
I mean, I guess people are interested in watching Arena still, maybe. And I know that some people broadcast their raids.
Yeah, you know, sometimes when I'm sitting down and nothing to do, I'll get on Twitch and there'll be someone streaming World of Warcraft right there,
Yeah.
and I watch it and I'm just like, maybe it's because we played the game so much back in the day. It's just not fun
Yeah.
to me at all.
Yes, I look at that and think, why did I ever play that game?
So the top 10 StarCraft 2 broadcasters is your boy Destiny,
Of course.
and followed by Day 9, and Dragons in 5th,
Okay.
Idra 8th.
Yep, in control in there.
Yeah. They broke them down. League of Legends. I don't know any of the League of Legends people.
Yeah. Well, Solo Mid is it's a website.
Oh, okay.
It's like one of the top League of Legends strategy, general information websites.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So I just thought that was kind of cool.
yeah, it's interesting. Interesting information there, especially knowing that World of Warcraft outstreams StarCraft 2. That seems a little ridiculous.
Yeah,
So
and
maybe we need
it goes
to-
way more in depth. Like it breaks down. There's a lot more games that it mentions, a lot more players. So we'll put a link up there so you can check it out if you want.
Yes, and I guess stream more or watch more streams so that we can get StarCraft ahead of World of Warcraft. That's
Yeah.
so ridiculous.
Yeah,
We don't need
stream
that.
more.
Yeah.
I need to do that too. I spend all this time setting up my stream, and I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah, I don't feel like streaming.
Yeah. Yep. Cool. All right. Well, my last story, and I'm actually, this is really cool to me. This and where this is leading to is really cool to me as well. The GSTL is going to. They've announced that they're going to hold their finals at IPL4 in Vegas.
Uh-huh.
So they're coming. They're leaving Korea. This is the second time. So GSL came to BlizzCon to hold their finals.
Yeah.
And now the team league is going to come to IPL. So they're essentially what this tells me is Korea is branching out. They don't think of the West as they play StarCraft, but
Yeah.
they're just kind of on their own doing their own thing. They see it seems like the people in charge over there at GOM TV are seeing now that the West actually has things to offer
Mm-hmm.
to the StarCraft community. So they're trying to capitalize on that. So they're bringing their season 1 finals for 2012 over to IPL4 in Vegas. So that's really exciting, and it kind of the same. It kind of goes along with players as well. A lot of players have been leaving Korean teams and joining Western teams.
Yeah.
So it just reading the story makes me think that Europe and North America are finally not necessarily just catching up,
Mhm.
but maybe even overtaking Korea in some aspects of.
I think
esports.
the like financially,
Yeah.
there's more money out here in it than I
Yeah.
could be wrong. I don't have any data to back that up, but
No, but
that's
it
just
seems like that's true.
because there's more business
Mm-hmm.
out here, but
Well, it seems like the
my
teams.
ears itching.
Seems like the teams take better care of the players, financially at least. I know, like in Korea, they have better training schedules and You know, they take care of them through nutrition and working out and you know, activities and stuff like that. But like financial security, seems like the West has the advantage there, as well as, you know, sending them to all the different tournaments that they would want to go to and taking.
So does this okay, so maybe you can fill me in on this. I thought the GSL had some sort of cooperation or partnership with the MLG.
I know that they had that deal where they were switching players in and out.
Yeah.
So like, you know, I don't remember how many it was, but a couple of players who won MLG's championship events would go, you know, get qualified automatically into CODES.
Mm-hmm.
That's so it was like a player swap.
Yeah.
So, and then of course the GSL guys, you know, the top CODES guys would go play in all the MLG tournaments.
Yeah.
So they had that kind of cooperation.
Yeah.
But I don't know that they had some deal. I mean, I'm sure they had a contract for that, but I don't know that they had some exclusivity deal with MLG.
Yeah, because I was gonna ask, you know, if they did, did they just pull a partnership or something?
Yeah,
you know?
well, and I mean, it's possible if they had that in 2011,
Yeah.
and now it's 2012, and they're thinking, well, maybe IPL is a better opportunity for us. And I know it's Mr. Shea said he was quoted saying that he looked forward to long-term cooperation with the IGN Pro League.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, this is ringing a bell now. I heard this somewhere. Yeah, I don't remember where it was, but that's what they were talking about. This was on the executives actually. What I was talking about. Yeah, they brought this up. So he said he was looking forward to a long-term cooperation with the IGN Pro League, and he was like, Jason Lake was saying, you know, when businesses say stuff like this, they know what they're saying. When their press releases are well thought out in advance. Yeah. So they said long-term cooperation. What is there more to it? You know, like are they maybe teaming up or what's going on? And if that's the case, how's the MLG going to react? Yeah. You know?
Well, and I mean, it's not a bad idea for the GSL and for GOM TV to do that, considering, and especially going with the IPL, because it's backed by IGN. Yeah. And IGN is a much larger company that has a lot of other wings that the MLG just doesn't have. You know, I mean, they've got the IGN website. They've got all these different divisions that they can use to support their esports growth. Yeah. So it might actually be a better, is the actual IPL tournament better than MLG? Well, probably not right now anyway. Most people probably wouldn't say that. Yeah. But they have a lot more money to throw at it to make it better. And if they could do that, and if they had a partnership with the GSL, there's a lot of opportunity there for growth on both sides. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. What else you got?
All right, so my last story of the day is some StarCraft 2 drama that I promised earlier. All revolving around one of my favorite players to watch, Dragon. Yes. So Dragon was doing a Play Him tournament the other day. I don't have the date. Like 4 or 5 days ago or something like that. Yeah. Anyway, he's doing a Play Him tournament, and he was in I think it was the finals or the semifinals, somewhere towards the end of the tournament, right? And he's playing, and the caster starts dogging on him like real hard. Really? Yeah. He lost the match, I guess. I didn't see the last match. I just saw they posted a video of what happened, like with the commentators. So I watched that. But I think Dragon lost the match or something, and he was like, I'm lagging like super hard, which you see sometimes when he's streaming, he'll start lagging and everything. Yeah. And the caster starts saying like so this is what he said. This is a quote. He goes, apparently Dragon is lagging like crazy, and it's because he's lagging like crazy that he lost, not because he went for 3 command centers versus a roach all in. So he's like dogging on his strategies. You know?
Saying that he's basically saying, I'm lagging because I lost, not because, or I'm sorry, me losing doesn't have anything to do with my poor strategy. It has everything to do with lag. Yeah, and then he says again, he goes, and you know what? Like, I'm not accusing him of stream cheating, but I want to put this out there, all right? If he basically says if he's starting to lag now, it's probably because he's stream cheating, and starts saying like, I'm not saying he's stream cheating, but he's done this in the past, and just totally starts ripping on Dragon, and it went from bad to worse because a lot of people are there. You know, Dragon's got a ton of fans. Yeah, a ton of fans. Totally. And everybody's in there like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, don't say that stuff. And the commentator, the co-caster or whatever, he's like, he was like, dude, stop, like.
you know,
shut up.
He was like, don't pull me into this. I don't want anything to do with this. You know, trying to tell him to calm down. And this guy's like, no. He's like, I don't care what the fans say. I hope they're getting pissed off right now.
Wow.
Like he was just going off. I mean, going crazy. And
is this anybody we know, or is it just some dude?
No, play him. I guess he's been a play him caster. I don't really watch a lot of their tournaments. Katu.
Okay.
K2.
So not like some big time.
No. It wasn't like a day 9 or Artosis or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a big deal for a while, and the founder of Play Him, Ryan DeSanto, actually replied, and I thought this was awesome what they're doing. So basically, he said his phone was like, you know, ringing off the hook and stuff, like getting all these emails and all this other stuff, and it woke him up. And he saw what was going on, and he apologized for taking so long to get a reply. But basically, what he's doing is he's basically said, you know, send my sincerest apologies to Dragon. He goes, if a schedule permits, it'd be our pleasure to sponsor Dragon at IPL4 in Vegas. Player pass, hotel, and flight included.
Wow.
So they're gonna send him out there. Dragon said, yeah, he'll go. And as for that caster, he is no longer.
Okay, so he can't caster.
That's
he can't
right.
Cast for Play Him anymore.
Yeah.
Good.
He is done. But you know, what do you think about this? You know, I feel like this has been going on for a while. I've seen some casters where, and even I'm not gonna throw any names out there, but I've seen some higher level casters. I'll say it's not Tasis or Artosis or any of those. Those guys are awesome, but you know, I've seen some higher level casters that I think are just blatantly disrespectful to some of the gamers. So, you know, some of the pro gamers, and they're just like, "What is he doing? This is the stupidest strategy ever." I'm like, he's a pro, dude. You know, whatever he's doing has some sound logic behind it. Who are you to, you know?
Well, and you don't know that what he's doing is terrible until it unfolds. Like, I mean, for all you know, this is some crazy new strategy that's totally going to win him the game.
Yes, or it fails miserably, you know?
Just because it hasn't been popular up until now doesn't mean that this isn't the next big thing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I totally agree. I mean, it's not a caster's or a commentator's job to dog on a player.
Yeah.
And yes, it is their job to cast the game and to commentate on the game. You know, and in that commenting about the game, you know, it's okay, I guess, to kind of say a couple things, but to blatantly call out someone and just be a total jerk.
He went on and said he said he got cut. He was like, he said he heard from somewhere or whatever that Dragon got cut from the Slayers team due to stream cheating or something like that.
Wow.
But he basically said the reason why he left Slayers was due to something like that. And I don't know the truth. I don't know what's going on with Slayers. But even if that was the truth, why would you put his business out there like that?
Yeah,
you know,
that's none of your business.
Yeah.
And that has nothing to do with the tournament or the game that's being played right now.
Yeah, it just really kind of pissed me off actually hearing that. And I hope it's kind of a slap in the face to all the casters out there who do this stuff and don't even realize it. You know, there's a difference just between saying like, oh, well, he's trying some strategy. I've never seen this before. This is kind of off the wall. And saying, wow, what is this stupid strategy he's doing? Is he out of his mind? You know, there's a difference there.
Right.
You know, so I don't know. It just kind of, but that's real cool that they're gonna pay for Dragon to go out there.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see this because I've told Kyle before, I love watching Dragon stream, but I really wish that he would start playing for real.
Yeah, be a little more serious. I
see how good he does just screwing around. And I wonder what he can do, you know.
Yeah, if he really sat down and said, I'm going to be the best pro gamer I can be.
Yeah.
And practiced like it and played like it, he could probably do some pretty crazy things.
Yeah, it'll be pretty
and
cool.
And he's obviously very creative. So, you know, he could be leading the metagame if he wanted to, if he really wanted to try.
Yeah.
But, you know, we'll see.
Yeah, I hope overall this issue, back to the Executives podcast, Jason Lake was stressing the importance of people, pro players and, you know, businesses and everything, understanding that for growth we have to be professional.
Yeah.
You know, have some... Now, that doesn't mean... I already know this gets kind of, you know, taken out of context, and they're like, oh, suit and tie for everything, and, you know, you can never have fun. That's not what he's saying at all, but he's just saying think about what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, don't do stuff like that. So I just hope this kind of makes everybody more aware of what they're doing, you know.
Yeah, you can't act like children if you want to be a legitimate business model.
Exactly.
You need to, you know, grow up and do it the right way, do it the professional way, or at least, you know, I mean, there might not be a right or a wrong way, but at least do it a professional way.
Yeah.
So, and treat other people, you know, the golden rule: treat other people the way you want to be treated.
Yeah, right. Pretty much. So so that's pretty much everything that I have.
Yeah.
You got anything?
Not much.
Yeah.
Other than thanks to all the people that watch and we hope that you enjoy the show, and like Matt said, the other 2 episodes, if you have any comments or suggestions for us, let us know.
Yeah.
We'd be happy to look into whatever it is you want us to look into, and if you have story suggestions or you want us to cover a certain topic, we'd be happy to look into that as well.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I didn't even think about that. That'd be
Yeah.
cool if you see something that you like to see, hear what we have to say about it, send it to us, or leave it on our YouTube.
Yeah,
or
put it on
like
Twitter or comment on YouTube or any of that stuff. It's real easy to get a hold of us.
Yeah. All right. Well, actually, I want to give a quick shout out to the guys at thetrainingpit.net. Basically, it's a community for lower level Starcraft 2 players. You can get together. We have a website with the forums and everything on there. There's also a channel in Starcraft 2, the Training Pit.
Mm-hmm.
If you're just looking for some lower level people to play against, I mean, there's higher level people there that are willing to help you out and help you become a better Starcraft 2 player. Great group of guys, great community. I've been, I poke in there every time I hop on Starcraft. I get in there and talk to everybody, and real helpful. So if you're looking to get better, jump on there, say hi to everybody, and get in some games that we play. It's thetrainingpit.net is their website.
Check it out.
Yep. All right. Well, that's all I got. That concludes episode number 3.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I'm Matt Gunther. You can follow me at Mattigans on Twitter.
Yep, and I'm Kyle Greenwell at EggnogSC.
So until next week.
Enjoy StarCraft.
Yeah. Enjoy StarCraft. All right.